Hey guys, so I'm gonna tell you a little story about my time abroad last semester. I spent 3 months last semester in Berlin, which is a city in Germany, and it was awesome. It was an amazing experience. I was studying abroad, so I had the opportunity to travel on the weekends and go to a bunch of different other cities. But this story is about my time in the main city that I stayed in, Berlin. So I'm gonna show you where I lived on the map. I lived on this street right here. I don't know if you can see what it says. Gneisenaustrasse. Um, it's in the neighborhood called Kreuzberg, which I would compare Kreuzberg to like a Greenwich Village type of thing in New York City. It used to be kind of like an area. Not too many people lived there. There wasn't much going on, but recently they've seen a spike in businesses. So there's a lot of investment going on in there, and there's a lot more young people moving to this area. There is also a big Turkish population that lives in this area. Fun fact. Anyways, so this story is about a time I decided to just say screw it and go for a run. A lot of people didn't like leaving the campus because it was very hard to get around the city. I mean, you can't really read the street signs because they're not in English, and if you don't really speak the language, it's hard to ask people for directions. Even if they do speak English, there's still that disconnect because they don't really know exactly what they're saying, and you're having a difficult time knowing what they're saying. So, anyway, it's a big nightmare most of the time going out, but I decided I was just gonna say screw it. I was gonna do it, and so I ran down to this street here called Mehringdamm, which is also another big street in Germany and in Berlin, and it has a lot of shops and businesses and stuff. Past that, we thought there wasn't very much to see. So a lot of people never really went past Mehringdamm. But this day I decided I was just gonna, go all out and go for it. So I found this little park here called Victoria Park, and oh boy, it was a hidden gem for sure. Is basically a park on a giant hill, and if you ran all the way to the top, there was this church-like structure. It was like a big tower, and if you stood on around the outside of it, you could see the whole city skyline, and it was an amazing view. Especially at night, got to see the whole city lit up. I enjoyed it thoroughly while I was there. But it did end up taking me an hour and a half to get back to my campus, even though, as you could see on the map, I was so close to being back home. I just kept running around different streets, which is, I mean, kind of annoying for me to think about now, but it was totally worth it. I mean, I was able to go out and see something that I probably never would have seen if I didn't step out of my comfort zone. So I guess the moral of the story is don't allow fears of not really knowing where you are or not really knowing the language of where you are hold you back from exploring and knowing your surroundings because you're able to find amazing places like this park. I mean, I was able to take my friends back there. We went on a few runs and we always ran to that park because it was just such an amazing view. So, thanks.